Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today I'd like to take an opportunity to just kind of talk about the Blue Jackets as they head into the All-Star break. Now, where I'd like to start is I want to go back all the way to the off-season, where, they lose Panarin, they lose Matt Duchene, they lose Ryan Dzingel, and then, of course, they lose their All-Star, the best player they've probably ever had in net, at least, Sergei Bobrovsky. He goes to Florida. Um, and, many in Columbus and especially in the NHL are thinking that's it for the Jackets. They've sold off all their assets. They got one series win, their first series win in franchise history, a historic win, but where do they go from here? And the answer to that question, at least in the start of the season, was nowhere. They did not play well. They stunk it up all the way into November. As you can see on the screen here, they had a rough November, even heading into December. November, they lost 8. They lost 8 of their 14 games in the month of November, and it carried on to December. It carried on to December, where they had a 3-game losing streak to start the month of December, a 4-game losing streak going all the way back to late November. But then they kind of start to turn it around a little bit. They get a 5-2 win against Washington. That is great to beat that division opponent. But then they slide a little bit. They fight in a 0-0 tie headed into overtime with the Pittsburgh Penguins, where they take a penalty and they lose 1-0. 2 nights after that, they are down 3-1 in Ottawa, and the team fights back to tie the game 3-3. But again, they take a penalty in overtime and they lose 4-3. But they don't seem to let it phase them. Here, they get a winning streak started. First with Korpisalo's first shutout of the Washington Capitals. They win 3-0 in Nationwide Arena, and then they follow that off. They follow that up with 4 straight wins after that, with a 5-3 win against the Detroit Red Wings. Not really a shocker there. They are the worst team in the NHL this year. But then they have a 3-2 OT win, 3-2 OT win against the Kings, 5-1 win against New Jersey, and a 3-2 win a day before Christmas Eve in New York against the Islanders. Huge 2 points for them there. And then after Christmas break, it just seems they came out a little slow. They lose 2-1 in overtime. They get the point there against the Capitals. And then the game that scared everybody in Columbus, Chicago Blackhawks come to town. And headed into the third period, the Blue Jackets are up 2-0. Okay, and then again, this team's discipline comes to bite them in the butt. They take too many penalties. Chicago ties it up, heads to overtime. Nothing happens, but they lose 3-2 in the shootout. 3-2 in a shootout. But not only do they lose the game, of course, everyone knows they lose Joonas Korpisalo, their starting all-star goaltender, and that's where people think, okay, maybe this team's starting to unwind. Maybe they're done. And now we have to rely on Elvis Merzlikins, this kid who was supposed to be a top goalie prospect in the league, and he hasn't shown that so far. But, big but, he has turned it on. In his 11 games he has started as a Blue Jacket, Elvis is 9-2 with a 1.65 goals against average, a .951 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. 3 of them coming just one game apart from each other, with a 3-0 shutout of Vegas, and then a 3-0 shutout of Boston, and then a 5-0 shutout of New Jersey. Now, we just wrapped up last night's game against Winnipeg, where again they come from behind to beat the Jets. But this is now a 6-game win streak heading into the All-Star break, where they have won 16 games against the Eastern Conference. They're 16-2-4 in their last 22 games against the Eastern Conference, and they are, in my opinion, the hottest team in the NHL. They have fought back from a middling out of the playoff team to now first wild card spot. They are in the first wild card spot, and they're looking good. They are looking very good. They have 62 points right here. Okay, and they're only 1 point out of that third spot in the Metro. Okay, this team's fighting, and they've been fighting for what's been months now. They've been having to play playoff hockey, and the thing that's most impressive is they've been winning with AHL players. They've been winning with minor leaguers. Okay, and they get these wins. The momentum kind of builds in their favor, but then the question starts to creep up. What's going to happen when all their regular starters come back into the lineup? Well, the answer to that is they're going to play like they never missed a game. Okay, Cam Atkinson comes back and he gets a goal and an assist in his first game back as a Blue Jacket. And then Oliver Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand comes back in the lineup. He has 4 goals in his last 2 games. He has the game-tying goal against the New York Rangers and the game winner. And then again last night against Winnipeg, he gets the game-tying goal and he gets the game-winning goal. So these Jackets are hot right now. They are streaking, and they're fighting for a top spot in the Metro. They're looking for a top playoff spot, and I don't know where this team could go, but it's looking very bright for the Blue Jackets right now. So thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, or if you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.